Hey guys, today I'm going to be filming the K-pop albums that define me tag, which is basically I'm going to be discussing K-pop albums that define me. So maybe like my first K-pop album, my favorite K-pop album, like a K-pop photo book that I really love. So I'm going to be starting off with BTS's Wings, which unfortunately I don't have. Some of the albums that I'm going to be mentioning, I don't own them. So yeah, because BTS Wings was my first ever K-pop album that I listened to, because when I first got into K-pop, October 2016, Wings had just come out. BTS was my ultimate group, so I listened to it a lot. And all the songs on it are so good. Like, I'm not like the biggest BTS stan anymore, but like I can still say that those songs are like, well, they're good. I don't know what my favorite is. I don't have a favorite. Yeah. So next I'm going to be talking about my first K-pop comeback, which was NCT Dream's The First, with My First and Last as the title track. And this signifies so much for, like, in Citizens, I guess, because it was NCT's first ever win. And I guess we had it without Jaemin, and yeah, we go up. Hasn't won yet, but, you know. Yeah, this was my first K-pop comeback. It really got me into NCT, because, like, I liked them since January 2017, which wasn't that long ago, but yeah, they hadn't had a comeback yet. And then I didn't stand 127 at the time. I only stand Dream, and then I was like, oh my god, Dream having a comeback. And it was my first K-pop comeback. I loved it so much, and it just like it got me into the rest of NCT, because I loved this so much that I was like, oh my god, I love NCT Dream so much. And then I started like watching NCT Live, and then I watched all the other seasons, and I was like, oh my god, whoa, NCT. And now I'm still like, whoa, NCT, whoa. Yeah. My next album I have is also NCT, because yeah, a lot of this is NCT, which is the Cherry Bomb album, and this is the first album that I ever owned. So this is the first physical album that I ever bought, and I love it. It's still my favorite album. Like, my favorite physical album out of all the ones I have are this and Teenage, which I'll talk about later. So yeah, I still love it. The photo book is like gorgeous. Like, yeah, not that page. Like, I don't know, just look at them. I love them. Wow. Yeah, so, and this album is really good. I love all the songs. Yeah, Summer 127 is my favorite, and yeah, it really, like, it was my first 127 comeback. It was my first real comeback with NCT. Like, I had this comeback, but I wasn't around for kind of like the teaser photos. Or I don't know, I think I was around. I just wasn't really paying attention. I kind of only realized they were having a comeback when the music video teaser came out, and I was like, oh, whoa. And then I was like, where's Jaemin? Anyway, this was like the first comeback that I followed all the teaser photos. I woke up to watch the music video teaser, and then there wasn't one. I remember, because SM, now they release schedules, but they didn't used to release schedules. So I would wake up. I woke up the night before the music video came out, because the previous night and the night before that, no, the first night I woke up, and then they had a music video teaser release like at 12 p.m. KST, and I was like, oh my god, they're gonna release one tonight. So I woke up at like 1 a.m. Sydney time, because that's when 12 p.m. KST is, or 2 a.m. No, 1 a.m. because it wasn't daylight savings, yeah. And then they had a music video teaser, and I was like, oh my god. And I was like, maybe they'll have another one. So I woke up the next day, and then there wasn't one. Wow. Anyway, yeah, so this was like my first real comeback that I had all the wallpaper, like, I downloaded all the photos. I was like, oh my god, I love this. Like, for NCT, I'm not in general, I'll talk about that later. Yeah, so, I love this album. Like, it was also NCT 127's first win, so yeah. Next, I'll talk about, yeah, my first girl group comeback, which was GFriend's Fingertip. I don't have that album either. I've been wanting it for ages, but like, I've been kind of thinking about if I should get it or not, because I don't know. I haven't gotten it. I have the poster, but I don't have the actual album. Yeah, that was like my first girl group comeback, the first comeback for a group that like I really stand, because I didn't really stand NCT at the time. I liked them. Yeah, and then when Fingertip came out, and it was like a concept change, because we were like, oh my god, and it was so good. I remember watching it at school, and I watched it without sound because we're not allowed to use headphones during class. And then, yeah, it was really good. It really meant a lot, because yeah, I guess it was my first girl group comeback, and like, yeah. Next up, I have 17's Teenage, which was my first 17 comeback, and like, it was so good. I started getting into 17 just after Don't Wanna Cry. Like, I sort of became interested in them during Don't Wanna Cry era. I chose Bias. At that time, I had two, which was the 8 and June. So they were my biases. And then I remember Don't Wanna Cry came out, and I was like, oh my god, this is so good. Because before I followed it, I didn't follow 17. I knew their songs, but I didn't really like their songs that much. And Don't Wanna Cry came out, I was like, oh my god, what is this? It's so good. And then I started like watching their weekly idols. And then I went on holiday to China, where like I couldn't use YouTube and stuff, obviously. So then I kind of like, I stopped for a while. And then I came back to Sydney, and then my friend at school was like, oh, hey, Kendra, want to learn the Don't Wanna Cry dance? And I was like, oh, whoa, you like 17? And I was like, okay. And that like kind of like pushed me into really standing 17. And then, yeah, this album is like so good. All the hype like leading up to it with Change Up and like Trauma, Pinwheel, and Lily Yabai, that was so good. And like this photo book, it's beautiful. Like, I don't have any other versions of it. I only have this version, but I chose it out of the ones that I wanted because I liked it the best. But it's so nice. Like, all the versions are so pretty. My friend has the white one, and that one looks great too. And so does the RS version, which is rose quartz is running with you, I'm assuming, and the orange one. Yeah, and this was like the first. No, I don't know what I'm saying. It's not the first. It's not the first anything else. I don't know. 17 was also the first K-pop group that I cried about. First K-pop group I dreamt about. This is all a bit strange. Yeah. 17 were like the first after BTS and NCT. Like, they were the next group that I stan. Like, after that whole thing with BTS, NCT, GFriend, those were the only groups I stan. Like, for half of last year, and then I got into 17, and then I guess that kind of started me on a wave of. Yeah. The next album I'm going to be talking about is Red Velvet's Perfect Velvet album, which came out in November last year, and this was the album that got me into Red Velvet, because before that, I always liked Red Velvet. They were always like my favorite girl group out of like the big three, out of like Blackpink, Twice, Red Velvet. I always liked Red Velvet. I loved Russian Roulette when it came out. That was like the first song on my Spotify playlist, I remember, like my K-pop Spotify playlist. And yeah, and because I liked Red Velvet, but I couldn't recognize them until Red Summer came out with Red Flavor, and I loved Red Flavor. I was like, oh my god, this is so good. And like, yeah, I could recognize them. Like, Yeri was my bias. Yeri's still my bias. Because before that, with like Rookie, oh my god, I love Rookie so much. I was so obsessed with Rookie. This used to happen to me every Red Velvet comeback, so like, I didn't stand them. And then Rookie came out, and I was like, oh my god, this is so good. And I'd watch like every single comeback stage, and I had no idea who they were. Like, I couldn't recognize them. I hadn't listened to the rest of the album. I just loved that one song and that one dance, and I watched that for ages. One of my friends stands Red Velvet. I don't know. Yeah, I think she still stands. She stands Red Velvet, and she was like, they would always talk about Red Velvet with my other friend, and I was like, I don't stand them, but I love Rookie. And then Red Summer came out, and I was like, I was really excited for that. And then the same thing happened. Like, I would watch all the comeback stages and stuff, but at that point I could recognize them, but only because of the different hair colors. Yeah, and then Peekaboo came out, and that was like when I like really, I was like, I'm standing Red Velvet. And now like I don't have an ultimate girl group at this point. It's probably either Red Velvet or GFriend. So yeah, but I love both of them so much. So yeah, and Perfect Velvet is such a good album. I was thinking about buying it. I still might buy it. I'm not sure. Yeah, all the songs are so good. My favorite is About Love, and Kingdom Come is also so good. And like, just everything. I love them so much. Yeah. Okay, my next album, second last album I have is NCT's Empathy. So yes, another NCT album. This is just really important because I think that just because it's all 18 members, it's kind of like the culmination, not the culmination, it's been like 2 years since they've debuted. Well, well, it's like NCT 2018. It's a combination of everything they have with like Go, Boss, Touch, and it's a really good album. I don't like it as much as some other things, like We Young. That's yeah, and We Go Up. My We Go Up album hasn't arrived yet, but it should be coming soon. So expect an unboxing like this week probably, or early next week. Hopefully this week. It's Monday. Well, it's Monday. Okay, yeah, it should come this week. Like this weekend. Expect an unboxing this weekend. So yeah, I guess it kind of, because I like with the SM Rookies debuting with Jungwoo Kun and Lucas, like that was like whoa, because I remember when they were introduced as the Rookies and I was like, oh, these people. And yeah, this album is the first like group order that I joined, but I don't know, that's a bit random if you wanted to know. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure what else to say about this. It's just a really good album, and the photo book is so cute. I love the photos. I'm not going to show them because that's a bit of effort, but yeah. And the last album that I have to talk about is Luna's Plus Plus, which just came out, not just like a month ago, with their debut of with Hi Hi. So I have to talk about Luna. I haven't stanned them for very long. I've stanned them since like April this year, the April school holidays. So yeah, but since I was there when Love Forever came out, so that time, was that March? I don't know. Yeah. Basically, and I guess that it's so good. Like Luna, they've like crept up my bias list like so fast. Like whoa. Before I kind of knew who they were. Last year I was like, I heard about Luna because everyone's always like Stan Luna, and now I'm like Stan Luna. And like I had like Singing in the Rain and like Love Cherry Motion on my playlist maybe, and like Eclipse, like those three like Odd Eye Circle songs. And yeah, I knew Girlfriend, I knew That's All probably. And then beginning of this year I started, no, when New came out I started kind of like following the releases. So like when New came out, when Heart Attack came out, like One and Only, Egoist stuff, that like I followed them and I knew like the members' names. Like Heart Attack is like still my obsession. I was obsessed with it. Like it's so good. Oh my god. Oh. And then when Love Forever came out, during the April holidays, I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna stan Luna for some reason. And then I just watched like all of Luna TV and I love them so much. Stan Luna. Yeah. I don't know. I'm gonna get the Luna album, but probably at Christmas, so not now. Not now. And I think that's all I have to talk about. I don't think there's any other albums that I'd put on this list. Except, yeah, no. I'm just thinking. I don't think there's anything else. Yeah. None of my other physical albums are like, I don't know. They don't speak to me that much. They don't define my life. Whereas these albums, they define my life, you know? Okay, that's probably all. Thank you so much for watching until the end, because I just ranted this whole video. And, yes, I'll be uploading the NCT Dream We Go Up album unboxing as soon as it arrives, which should hopefully be this week, because I'm in this, yeah, hopefully this week. And also, 127 just announced their comeback, so I'm going to get that one next month because it's not for a month. I don't know why they announced it a month early, but yes, and I love Jungwoo, and he's in 127 now, and like he's my bias other than Woonwin and Haechan and Chunla. I'm very unloyal. Yeah. Bye guys.